when growing hollyhocks from bare roots, you'll actually get flowering already this year. Compared to when you grow them from seeds, they might first flower the second year. So I have my hollyhocks here. Doesn't look like much, as you can see, but the whole root here is really strong. It already started to sprout there in the top, so I have to be a little gentle here. I don't break any of these off. So I have this old reused plastic pot here, and then I have my really rich potting soil that I added water to really make it rich and already wet. As you can see here, I pinch it together like this and it stays. That's a sign that it's really ready and really perfect to use for these bare roots, because some of the potting soil can be really dry and you really want to give these bare roots the best start. So I'll add like around, depending on your hand of course, I'll add around 3 handfuls here, and then I just gently add the hollyhocks here, and then I'll add just around, I'll keep 2 fingers here holding the bare roots and then gently holding it there. Now I can let go and I push gently down a little bit, and I won't cover it completely, just so it's like the top here is just loose. I don't press that down. There we go. And very important for me is to add a label, otherwise I'll totally forget what it is. Of course, the hollyhocks here, you can get them in different colors. This is a white one. I'll also have them in, you can have them in black, in yellow, in pinks, you name it. Double flowers. This is a very the traditional really cottage garden look. You can really get it just with a single flowering petals. And this one I'll just water a little bit here on the top. Not really, you don't want to over water it, because it can, the chances is it might start to rot. So just a tiny bit here, since the soil is already perfect and not dry. I'll add it in the greenhouse, and you can also, if you don't, ours is an unheated greenhouse, you can also add it in a porch, in a window sill inside. And this one, once it's really have been sitting in the greenhouse for a little bit, and it will start to have the first sets of leaves, and a sign is here that the roots are coming out. It's a sign that you can add it, plant it directly out in the garden. But it's really good to give them this extra head start. Some wait until they plant it directly out, but make sure you don't have a lot of frost in your garden, because they are really still fragile when it's this bare root. So if you don't have time to plant it right away when you have them in the garden center, then just add them in the fridge until you're ready to plant them. So hollyhocks is really cottage style feeling for me, and it's really a nice and strong plant. We will have it over at our fence because it gets really tall, around up to 2 meters tall. Loves full sun. And this one is the really old traditional, it's not a double flowering, so it's easier for the bees or the pollinators to get into it. So that's why I really love this kind. And you can get them in all these beautiful, beautiful colors. This one is ready, so I'll pop it in the greenhouse. So these are ready to go in the greenhouse, so they will just be here. As you can see, I have a bunch of more bare roots to do. So they will stay here until they grow a little bit taller and have some sets of leaves, and then they are ready here in a few weeks to come out directly in the garden.